Hey guys, Sprite Steve here, and I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, but now I'm just getting down to making one, and today I wanted to show off a part of my collection, specifically a part of my NES collection. That is the Black Box games. Now, I am really interested in the Black Box games for their really basic design in terms of like the cover art and how they were the first Nintendo made games, including some launch titles that they've created. And I'm gonna go through what I have in my collection today. Obviously these are all loose. I do have a couple games with the box, and when I get to them I will show them off. So starting off, we got 10 Yard Fight. It's one of the sports series games, and it's a 5-screw, and this one isn't very that good. I would rather play Tecmo Bowl than this game because it's really basic. Balloon Fight. This one I got at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, along with another one that we'll get to soon, and again, it's a 5-screw. It's really fun. One of the great games in the action series. Yeah, here's a sports game that I sometimes return to. This is baseball. Again, you would rather play like Bases Loaded or Baseball Stars, one of those games, but I still have fun with this one. It sucks that you can't control the fielders, which is really dumb, but I don't know, something about this one, how simple it is. If you're not really a big sports or baseball guy, but you still want to like play the game, then this is pretty good. Here is a more uncommon one. This is Clue Clue Land in the action series. This one is pretty hard to find, but not super hard. It's worth about like, I don't know, $40. I got this at Digital Press Video Games in Clifton. I don't really return to this one a lot because the control is really weird and it gets hard to get used to, but it's still pretty fun. Now we're getting into one of the series. This is Donkey Kong, part of the arcade series. This is a really faithful port of the arcade classic. A lot of people have said that it's missing the cement level, the cement factory level, but other than that, it's a really good port. But personally, a lot of people may think Donkey Kong Jr. is a lot more fun than the original Donkey Kong. Yeah, this one has different levels. Sometimes I prefer to play the original Donkey Kong rather than this one because the difficulty is a little crazy at points, but this one's still fun. Now for one of the grails of my NES collection. That's right, I have a copy of Donkey Kong Jr. Math. This is not a repro, this is an authentic copy. This game is worth about like $150, $125, somewhere around there. And it's the only game in the Education series, because let's take Donkey Kong Jr. and let's make it educational. Let's have kids learn math on their Nintendo. Whoa! Why? Because of that, because of the fact that no one wants to learn math on their Nintendo. This one didn't sell as well as the other games, so because of that, it's really hard to find. But the boys at Digital Press had a copy, and I just had to get it. And then to finish off Donkey Kong, there's Donkey Kong 3. But what is this? What is this? You play as Stanley? Who the hell is Stanley? And you shoot like bug spray onto Donkey Kong's butt? And you're killing flies? Like, what is this? It's fun sometimes, but I don't really play it that much. Alright, moving on from Donkey Kong, we got an absolute classic here. This is Duck Hunt, part of the Zapper series. This is the standalone version, not the really common Super Mario / Duck Hunt combo cart. I don't really play this particular version, I just use the Mario Duck Hunt one, but it's still cool to have in the collection. Next is a really fun one. This is Excite Bike, part of the Programmable series. It's called Programmable because in this game you can make your own tracks and play them. You can't save them, but you can still make them. And it's a really cool racing game. You can use a turbo, you can jump off of ramps, you can crash into the other players. It's really fun. It's a fun time. Here's probably the most common sports black box game. This is golf. It's so common to the fact that I have this one in the box. I don't think it's complete in box because actually, is it? It might be missing the manual, but oh no, it has the manual. I don't know if you can tell. I have another copy in there, plus you could faintly see the manual. It is missing the dust cover. That's what it's missing. But other than that, it's pretty much complete. So, golf is really fun. It's really relaxing. There's like no music, just the sound effects of you hitting the ball and stuff. You change your clubs, do all that. This, similar to baseball, is one that I come back to most often, even though I can just play like, I don't know, golf on Wii, like on Wii Sports, or the NES Open Tournament World, whatever that one's called. But it's still fun. Is this Mario? No one knows. Next is Gumshoe, another game in the Zapper series. This one kind of gets hated, but I have fun with this one. You shoot this guy, and you make him jump, and you also have to shoot like these balloons and other stuff that flies towards you. And your goal is to basically make it to the end of the level without dying, but you don't control him with the controller. You have to shoot him. Your main controller is basically the Zapper. Really weird, but really unique control and kind of fun. Next is another really common game. This is Gyromite, part of the Rob series. I believe this is an underrated gem. If aside from having Rob be your second player if you're alone, if you have this with another player, or you can basically just like do it yourself if you have both controllers in your hands, but this is honestly a really fun puzzle game because you really have to like plan your moves by like moving these like pillars and whatever and watching out for the smicks and collecting all the dynamite. I say this is an underrated classic, like all the other arcade games. A lot of people may disagree, but who cares? Also, when I played this with Rob, it was actually kind of fun because it helps with the strategy and like planning out your moves and such. So I recommend Gyromite. Next up is another Zapper game. This is Hogan's Alley. It's pretty fun. Nothing really much to say. You just like there's bad guys and you gotta shoot them down. I don't find this one as fun as one we'll get to soon, which is Wild Gunman. I personally find Wild Gunman to be more fun because it's like a draw where you gotta wait and then you shoot the bad guys, but this one's still pretty cool. Next action game is Ice Climber. Now this one, the control is really freaking weird. It's like Mario Bros, like the original Mario Bros, where you're just like slipping and sliding all over the place. I can understand why that's the case here because the ice. But yeah, when you jump, you like fall through the platforms, and if you're like planning out a jump, then you don't perfectly land on the platforms. It's so freaking weird. But basically, you try to make it to the top of the stage without dying from these like weird little creatures and stuff. Ice Climber it's not bad. Oh no, this one's really fun. This is Kung Fu. This is also one that I have in the box. It's not complete as I am missing the manual, but the game and the dust cover is in here. Another version. This is a duplicate. So, Kung Fu is really, really fun. It's a side scroller. You basically walk around and beat up guys with the kicks and the stuff. This one's really fun. This one, I think I only played once, and not really ever again. This is Mach Rider. Part of the programmable series because, again, like Excite Bike, you can create your own tracks and race on them. But it's sort of like Road Rash, where you're like riding the bike and you have to dodge all these like other oncoming vehicles and stuff, but it's really weird to control, and I don't really come back to this one. There's another one that I don't really play, but we'll get to that. Here is the original Mario Bros. Arcade game. Again, the controls are weird and finicky like Ice Climber, but I can forgive it in here because this is actually a really addicting and fun game. You just like smack the bottom of the Koopas and the crabs and all of that, and you gotta kick them. It's really fun. It's really fun. Next up is pinball. Not really much to say. It's pinball. It's a little boring. Yeah. Another arcade game. This is Popeye. I haven't really played this one in a while, so I don't really quite remember much that happens, but I have played it before, and it's really fun. Here is Pro Wrestling. This one I also have the box for, but this is the only cartridge of it that I have, so this would have to go in the box, but I do have the manual in here, so technically I have a CIB of this game. The control is really, really weird. I can never for the life of me figure it out. I know I usually just like spam and mash buttons to like pin. I think like you hit A and B and you pin, but I'm not too entirely sure how I pin. But I just like, at that point I just mash buttons. But still, it's really fun. This is the other game that I like never play or really return. This is Slalom. It's like a skiing game, but I've like never really played this, so I don't have any opinions on it. It just doesn't really interest me. Another game that I don't really notice a theme about, like all the sports games I don't really play because there's either better versions of them on the NES or just for the fact they're sports and I don't care about sports. This is soccer. Not much else to say. Alright. This is the greatest game of all time. It's Super Mario Brothers, the original. Not the combo cart, the original Super Mario Brothers. And I forgot to grab this for the video, but yes, I also have it complete in box. It's in a protective case, but everything is there. The game, the manual, and the dust cover. So hypothetically, I could sell this for like $50,000 and I'll be doing good for myself. Yeah, I don't know how somehow this game, like CIB, sells for like thousands of dollars. I don't know how, but it's really, really fun. I don't know what else to say about it because it's Super Mario Brothers. It's like the biggest and most important game of all time. Sometimes I find it more fun than Super Mario 3. Well, there's my opinion. Alright. Coming down to a couple more games. Here's tennis. This is actually one sports game that I actually returned to because it's not that hard to figure out. And it's pretty fun. Once again, you could just play the Wii Sports version, but it's still fun. Urban Champion. This is a fighting game, pretty much. It's like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter before those games. but without any like special moves or fatalities or whatever. You're just like a typical guy on the street fighting another guy, and your finishing move, you could knock him into this manhole, but yeah, it's a really generic fighting game. Still better than Karate Champ. Still better than that. Another one that's hard to find, this is volleyball. This is also one that I haven't really played much, so no big opinions on it. Now, I mentioned before that this game is a lot more fun than Hogan's Alley, and I still stand by that opinion. Wild Gunman, to me, is more fun because, well, for one, it was in Back to the Future. Well, you gotta use your hands just like a baby toy. But yeah, Wild Gunman, just for like the general gameplay, is a lot more fun because you actually have to like wait for the guy to say fire and then you shoot. It's really fun. And finally, the last black box game in my collection is Wrecking Crew. It's under the programmable series because for some reason in this game you can make your own levels. I don't know why. It's kind of like, this is kind of like Mario Maker before Mario Maker, even though it's not platforming, it's just destroying blocks. It's weird, but it's still pretty fun. And with that, that's all the games in my black box collection. I know I'm missing one, and that's the big one. You already know what it is. It's Stack Up. I'm missing Stack Up because I'd rather get like every accessory, like the blocks and the rod claws or whatever, but at the same time I'd rather not spend $1,000 on it. So still looking for Stack Up. If anyone is selling a copy of Stack Up, preferably with all the accessories but not for $1,000, I think I'd pay like, how much would I pay? I'd pay like, this is really low, but I'd pay like $300 for because I know it's a rare game, but at the same time you're not really getting much, and I know it's worth, but come on. So I'd pay like $300 for Stack Up with the accessories. An alternative that I could do is just get the Japanese Famicom accessories, because aesthetically they're the same. The only difference is instead of Rob's claws being gray, they're colored red to match the Famicom. So that is an alternative that I can do. They're much cheaper in Japan, but come on, I gotta stay authentic. So yeah, that's my black box collection, and once again, if you have a copy of Stack Up, then let me know in the comments below. But if you want me to do any other collection videos, like I have Super Nintendo, other NES games that are not black box games, N64, Sega Genesis, whatnot. If you want me to do another collection video, tell me in the comments below, or just tell me in general what videos you would like to see on this channel. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching, and keep gaming.